Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. I'm Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 105.7 FM, The Fan, in Milwaukee, host of the Wendy's Big Show weekday afternoons from 2 until 6. Other side of the table for me, Gary Wolfer, of course, from the Racine Journal-Times, in the middle, a complete stranger that we just decided to interview off the street today. No, it's not true. No, it's not true at all. Jake Zimmerman joins us again. You may know Jake from his time over at Prairie, baseball and basketball. And I guess we'll start there because we just had a Prairie coach on just the other day, Prairie basketball coach on. Talk about your time at Prairie High School.
Yeah, I was just going to say I was going to wear a short-sleeve shirt, but after seeing Eitan's biceps on the show, got to go long sleeve.
Do you think he's on roids?
That's all natural.
That's okay, Jason. We're just kidding.
No, playing for him was an absolute blast. I was just telling him one of the most genuine coaches I've ever had. Had him year-round. He was our travel baseball coach as well, and he's one of the guys, but at the same time, he knows a lot about basketball and baseball. So,
sure. And he's really a football guy.
Yeah, it is. So he'd incorporate that into some practices, get to bed, and you could see his eyes light up. So,
wow.
Yeah, a lot of fun playing for him.
So that's a great story. So you're playing in the NFL now, or Major League Baseball? I'm trying to figure this out because so you played at Prairie. That's great. And Gary Wolfel says, you got to talk to my guy Jake. I said, all right, let's talk to your guy Jake. So what happened when you graduated from Prairie? What then happened after that?
I graduated from Prairie and then had a stint. I went to Lawrence University up in Appleton, played some baseball there, and the coach wasn't as much as like Eitan or Coach Malwitz for LP.
Okay.
The heart wasn't really there. It wasn't fun, and them being 3-30 didn't help either.
3-30 was staying. Yeah, I would agree.
So after that,
the Philadelphia 76ers.
Exactly.
Right.
So after that, me and a buddy were just fooling around at the pool, doing some flips off the high dive.
Listen to this. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, and the coach
He plays basketball and baseball in high school.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're just fooling around, jumping off the diving board, and the coach was there for the diving team. He's like, "Hey, man, I really like your style. You should come out for the team. We're looking for people."
This is in college?
Yeah. So the next week, I strap on a wetsuit because you get redder than a lobster.
Right.
And I got a few concussions from hitting the water wrong and everything. But yeah, I started diving for 2.5 years. Won my second meet, which was pretty exhilarating.
Right. Have you ever dived prior to that?
Never.
I mean, it's crazy. You're a college kid, and all of a sudden they're saying, "Hey, come on for the college swim team."
Yeah, I think the toughest thing was getting used to the Speedo. But after that,
how much flack did you take for wearing a Speedo?
Quite a bit. But yeah, that was a good experience, and I guess it's a small school, you have those opportunities.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. All right, so then Lawrence gets all done, and then what did you decide to do for a career?
Well, after that, a month after graduation, this past July, I went out to the Philippines and Southeast Asia for 4 months and started up...
Vacation?
A little bit. A little bit exploring, but mostly I was setting up a nonprofit called Global Smilez.
I was going to say they pay divers well at Lawrence.
Yeah, right. Lots of benefits.
Yeah.
But I sent out a bunch of gift catalogs, like friends and family, such like that. They donate soccer balls, cricket bats, bubbles, and I'd go to orphanages, deliver them there, and then film the genuine reaction, send that back to the donors so they can actually see where their money's going.
Nice.
Be that much more likely to sponsor a kid.
Right.
So.
Okay, now hold on a second here. So Global Smilez, it's called.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you said... Wait, one thing real quickly. It's Global, Global Smilez, right?
Yeah.
See, not that you put in the S, they'll take you somewhere else.
Yeah.
So Smilez.com.
Yeah, Global Smilez with an S is a cleft-lipped organization, which I'm not going to get pissed about that, but yeah, the URL was taken already.
So that's fine. So you went with a Z.
Yeah.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
So I guess my first thing is why? Why did you pick up and just go there? Could have done it in downtown Milwaukee, getting a gift basket.
Yeah, well, it's actually a good point. A lot of people that said they might have donated, but they wanted to keep it local.
Right.
I said, all right, fair enough point. But a year ago, actually, last winter, my family and my dad's, he went on a medical mission trip and took my family along with him to Liberia in West Africa, which is having all the Ebola troubles right now and everything. We went to a few orphanages there, and it's weird to compare them, but say the orphanages in Milwaukee or Chicago, they're kind of like Ritz-Carltons compared to not even a Motel 6 over there, like a Trucker's Inn. Like you'd be lucky if in 100-degree heat every day you have a single fan, let alone blankets and pillows. So I decided I wanted to travel anyways and decided this would be something good to do out there as well and see if it worked, and it was very successful, so I plan on running with it.
What was the initial reaction when not only you told your parents, but other people, yeah, I'm going to go overseas and try to help people?
Well, at first, they were kind of skeptical, like, oh, yeah, that's going to be a big endeavor. Do you even know anybody over there or anything? Luckily, the fraternity I was at in Lawrence, half of the kids were from Asia. So they kind of helped me wean myself into the culture and everything, because there's a lot of weaning. And, yeah, I stayed with them. They acted as translators when need be, and when they weren't there, just really worked on my hand gestures and stuff like that. So, yeah, they said make sure you get your vaccinations and all that. And, of course, the one thing you can't vaccinate against, dengue fever, the evil cousin of malaria, I catch my first week there. So,
oh, no.
Yeah, I had to put Global Smilez on hold and was in the hospital for a good week.
And this was where?
Philippines.
In the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Well, just going back to when you and your family was Liberia, you said, right? Mm-hmm. What did that do? Was that kind of a spiritual or emotional trigger for you to do this? I mean, what your dad did and the rest of you guys did is fantastic by itself, but you took it to another level.
It kind of just put things in perspective. I mean, a lot of, I don't know, you have a wish list, even say for Christmas, remote-controlled cars or something like that here. And there you see their poor kids, maybe they have 2 or 3 shirts if they're lucky, and they see a couple bubbles being blown, and it's just ear-to-ear smiles, you know, like this is the greatest thing in the world. So, I don't know, that really, I guess, hit home with me, and I wanted to continue that.
So, were you scared? I mean, I know people that are afraid to leave Racine to go to Chicago, and you're going halfway across the world.
Yeah.
Our great sign just fell over. But anyways,
there were tad scary parts, definitely, but everybody was very friendly. A lot of the countries I was in were Buddhist, so they were just very gentle people. And I don't know, even if you're walking around in a shanty town, like looking at your phone, clearly lost, somebody will come up and try to walk you or point you in the right direction.
That is bizarre. I just can't imagine just taking off on your own. I mean, you didn't really have a place where you had a contact everywhere you went, right? I mean, a lot of times I would imagine you're on your own.
Yeah, just winging it.
I want to go back to you said you send your friends and family or whatever these like gift catalogs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So how did you come about making those, or how did that work?
I got a financial grant from Lawrence, so I used that to print and design all the catalogs and then send them all out, and then set up a website where they can either send a check or go there.
Right, and then how do the products work as far as who gets what and where are you getting the products from?
Initially, I started going to a Toys R Us just because I didn't know what I'd find out there, and I needed something to put into the catalog. I don't want to put something in there and then not be able to find it. But I tried to keep it simple: football, soccer balls, cricket bats, bubbles, frisbees, something you can just find anywhere.
Sure.
So
you don't have a company actually working with you, helping give you stuff necessarily?
No.
No, he's...
Hello! Could use some help here. Global Smilez with a Z. Make sure to check him out and help him out. I mean, you should have some type of company that's willing to help you out here. So you go over there, and obviously you've talked about all the things that you've witnessed and you've seen and everything else. Being through all of that, what's the biggest impression, I guess, that's been left on you through these last few months?
Oh, shucks. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Probably get back to just the sheer openness, no matter the culture. There are a lot of backpackers from Europe as well out there, and no matter the culture, the background, if they're rich or they're poor, everybody was open to, just treating you as another human being, not trying to take the title, oh, he's a Westerner from such and such country, or he's doing this here. They just see you as a human first, and then build your relationship from there.
Tell me the countries you went to. Just give us a quick list of places you went to.
Started in the Philippines, and then once I got all healed up.
What a way to start out your trip, huh?
It was actually demoralizing. My mother was on the phone, and she's like, all right, I'm booking a ticket right now. I'm going to meet you in the hospital. I was like, oh, my God. 1 week into the trip, that'd be kind of demoralizing. But it all worked out, and actually one of the nurses there works with my dad, which is a small world. So she was there and keeping him in the loop, making sure I was fine.
Yeah.
But after that, Singapore, took a bus that was meant for 14 but crammed about 34 into it up to Malaysia and Thailand. And then I stayed with a buddy in Bangladesh, which was, that was an absolute trip. I think it's the size of Massachusetts and has more people in it than Russia.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there's a fact. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, my God.
You get to know people. You're just sitting on the top of buses going through downtown. They're scraping up against other buses. Sheer madness. But it was a great time. My buddy showed me his wedding season, so you go to these weddings with 4,000, 5,000 people, very extravagant.
Seriously, where was this at?
Bangladesh.
4,000 or 5,000 for a wedding.
They take their wedding seriously.
I guess they do.
And he told me, "Yo, you're going to gain 10 pounds in the 2 weeks you're here." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." Sure enough, gained 8 pounds. But just a lot of good meals. So. And my parents always tried to send me to etiquette school when I was growing up. And there you eat with your hands. So I was like, "Oh yeah, that's great." I'm doing my own etiquette. Yeah.
Well, what was the most touching? I mean, you probably had a bunch of different situations where it was gut-wrenching. Was there anything, though, that really stood out, that really tore your heart? You see some of these impoverished people?
Yeah. There's this one guy, I keep getting an image from him, he's in Bangkok, actually, and he had no legs. I talked to him, he had no legs, he lost them in a mine or something way back when. He had one arm. He's just crawling along the sidewalk, and like just people, just like he's part of the sidewalk, just stepping over him, just like it's
stepping on him.
Well, it's just stepping over him, trying to get to their place, just because there's a lot of beggars out there, and in Cambodia and Vietnam as well, a lot of people that lost limbs due to mines from wars are still like Agent Orange after effects. So you see a lot of that, and that kind of sticks with you.
Yeah. What would you like to do with your foundation going forward? I mean, do you still want to pursue this, grow it, or have you done your thing and felt like, hey, I want to move on and do something else? Have you decided that yet?
Yeah. Initially, I just wanted to, try it out, maybe for experience, and just, try to spread some good. It was successful, did some good networking out there, so I'm actually putting together a completion video right now. I'm going to put that up on the website in about a week, and then...
And that would be at that Global Smilez.com?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then probably try to pitch it to local businesses, become a philanthropic arm, and maybe do a trip every 6 months, biannually or something.
And how old are you?
22.
22. That is incredible. You should really be proud of yourself. I mean, Steve and I, what have we done?
Parents should be proud of you,
when you think
too.
of all the people in the world, how many people, especially your age, sacrifice and do things like that?
That's awesome.
Very commendable.
He is Jake Zimmerman. Check out his website, Global Smilez. That's with a Z, Smilez.com, right?
Indeed.
GlobalSmilez.com. And again, if you're a company that can help his charity out as far as being able to help him along with toys and stuff like that, to give out on his missions, obviously greatly appreciated. Go to GlobalSmilez with a Z.com. Jake, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time on Sports Junkies here at RacinSportsZone.com.